Hi there, my beautiful Pisces Aries. Welcome into your reading today. We are going to do a little Patreon request, and it's about career. So we're going to take a look at the overall energy and current energy in your career. We're going to look at the obstacles, some advice, and where you're headed, okay? So if you're interested in getting exclusive content, this was going to be one of those, but I decided to share it with YouTube too. But early access, exclusive, extra content, that is going to be over there on Patreon. The link is going to be below if you're interested, okay? So let's have a look at Pisces Aries. And what do we need to know about your, oh goodness, career? You know, the way the deck was behaving was kind of giving me this thing of like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Or maybe 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I don't know. Let's see. We have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. We have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in, the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We have wait, it's not yet time, things are being woven, and hierarth. I never know how to say this word. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. There's this feeling of you trying to find your way. You're trying to find what makes you feel like you belong, what makes you feel like yourself. And I feel like that is something that perhaps you've been trying to do. Maybe this is a bit bigger, and this has been going on for like a lifetime. And it's like maybe you go from job to job trying to figure out what is yours. This could also be a little bit more specific, and you're trying to make something work, but you can't really find a solution. It's like everything that you seem to try, it's never the right thing. So I kind of getting these two possibilities here, these two scenarios, and I feel like there's a bit of a surrender needed to happen. I feel like it's not that you're trying too hard. I feel like you're just not allowing yourself to have time to breathe and to connect with your intuition, to connect with your higher self. I feel like you're just wanting so hard to have things figured out that you're forgetting that part of it is listening to yourself, is listening to who you are, right? Because if you're constantly doing things and you're constantly on the move, do you really have time to listen to your inner voice? It feels like that is something that is not happening right now. And so I feel like the answer here, I feel like we're already looking a little bit at the obstacle and the answer. I feel like the obstacle is moving too fast and doing a lot of things. And the answer is to take a step back and get to know yourself. Okay? There are a couple of, what are they called? Like a couple of exercises that you can do. We do a lot of those, at least here in Portugal. We do a lot of those when it's time to decide like where to want to go, either when it comes to high school or to college. It's 4 circles all together, and it's about like what do you like, what are you good at, what you're passionate about. I don't remember the things necessarily or correctly, but there's like that exercise where it's like balls and then you kind of connect the dots between 2 balls. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it was a really big and complicated explanation for something really simple, but I'm going to try and look up the name of that exercise and place it here so you can check it out. And I feel like maybe doing a bit of that exercise could help you understand where you could go and what you could try at least. Okay. So yeah, let's pull some tarot into this. I feel like I've complicated things and I've made a really complicated explanation for something so simple, but let's pull some tarot into this and see what we got. All right. So current energy, we have strength. Your obstacle, we have judgment. There we go with that. Complication with finding your way. The answer here, the solution is the moon, listening within. And we have the 7 of Wands with the 3 of Pentacles when it comes to where you're headed. So what is going on here? And I'm actually going to bring out this 6 of Cups too. What is going on here is that in your current situation, you're trying to tame something that cannot be tamed. And more than anything, it's not there to be tamed. at all, because I feel like you're trying to figure something out when you're not even figuring that thing out. I feel like you're trying to go in a career that you don't even know if it's really the thing. You're just trying things, right? You're just, you think of a solution and you just immediately try it, and you're not giving yourself time to open your eyes, to open your mind, and to listen to your intuition. And especially if this is something a little deeper and it's really about, more than trying to make something work. It's about like going from one job to another job. I feel like that is for a lot of you, to be honest. And really trying to figure out what is your path. I feel like, the answer here, the advice is the moon. Is listen to your intuition, find yourself, get to know yourself, question who you are. And I feel like that is going to help you find your way. Okay? And even if you don't want to do that exercise of the balls, do a bit of a journaling session and ask yourself literally, hey, what am I good at? What am I naturally good at? Like I just do very naturally. Maybe you're good at a lot of things. Okay. What do I like? What would I see myself doing as a career? What do I imagine my future life to look like? What am I really passionate about? What is like I would live and breathe this? What would I wake up at 4 a.m. to do? And then try to find the things in common and look at each and every single one of them and really figure out, okay, so this, and this. I came down to 4 things. Alrighty. So is there any of this that I could do as a hobby and not as a career? Then also try to figure out which of these actually align with the life I want to have. Because maybe I want to have a family and I want to have a solid income. Okay, so maybe doing this would be more like, I really love music, I'm naturally good at it, and I would see myself doing it as a career, and I would wake up at 4 a.m. to do that. Okay, maybe that would be more of a hobby that you could do on a daily basis, religiously, and maybe the other thing that is a bit more stable, a bit more can give you a solid income every single month, can allow you to have a good, solid, balanced life with your family and children. Maybe that would be a good place to go as a career. Okay, so we've excluded one of the options, right? So do a bit of that exercise, getting to know yourself, getting to know your dream life, getting to know what is going on inside of you and what makes you you, okay? And where you're headed, I feel like you kind of let go a little bit of this conflict that you're currently going through. You're not resisting so much to taking a breather. And more than anything, I feel like now you're able to actually work with yourself, work with your life, work with your guides, and do something and create something beautiful for yourself and for your life. Okay? So essentially, if you've been feeling a little bit lost, the answer is not keep going. The answer is stop, breathe, and listen. Okay? Get to know yourself. That is the biggest thing. So let's see here. What is your advice? All right. So we have grow. All flowers must grow through dirt. We have over here, dare, take a risk and fly. We have change, has with falling leaves, embrace change. Share, the busy bee should still make time for each flower. We have retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. I feel like this is the card. A quiet moment can hold so much space and so much power. This is the answer, okay? Retreat a little bit. And then once you retreat and once you kind of figure yourself out and you kind of go through a little bit of dirt to really understand the answers and the possible solutions here, it's time to take that risk and make it happen. Okay? But first, go here. And don't be afraid to, I feel like as you do this and as you go through this process, it's important that you keep an open mind and release a little bit of expectations. Don't get attached to a specific path. Don't get attached to a specific thing. Be honest when you're answering those questions, and don't be afraid of the answers that you might find. Okay? So, let's finish this up with some relevant timing for you. So, tonight, kind of wanted to come out, and I feel like this is like, do it tonight. Get to know yourself tonight. But let's see here. Some relevant timing for you. Okay, so we have November, and it's so interesting because Stargate is in November, on the 11th of November. So that could be relevant. And then we have Saggy, which also starts late November. So I feel like the next month is going to be quite important for you. And especially until the end of the year, considering Saggy's time. So I feel like the second you figure something out, I feel like you have the Aries, courage and passion and will and determination to really make this happen. I just feel like the Pisces is lacking a little bit, and you're not really getting to know yourself. So try to put the Aries to rest a little bit, and focus on the Pisces tonight. Okay? And then the Aries will come forward and will take care of the rest and move things along. Okay? So don't worry. It's not about rejecting the Aries. It's just putting a little bit to rest because it's becoming too much and it's not allowing you to breathe. Okay? Yeah. So, with that being said, I feel like the overall reading was a bit specific for if you're feeling lost as a career, in your career in general. If you're already in a company and already know that this is the place, maybe you're feeling lost about what your next project should look like, or what your career is going to look like in 10 years, what should be your next step. So take a little time to breathe and to figure out where you want to get to, and just apply this reading to your specific situation. Okay, so I really hope this helped and resonated as specific as it might have been. But if it did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really love to have you here. And if you're interested in getting those extra readings, extra content over there on Patreon or early access, then the link is going to be down below, okay? In the description box, you'll also find my merch, my decks, my journals, my tarot course. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to check it out. But that is it. So thanks so much for being here. I love you very much. I wish you the best. And hopefully we'll talk very soon. Bye-bye.